How you doing? It's Uncle Larry, your session man friend, coming at you, volume 47, I reckon. Crazy up there. Sarah's got a friend over, and she brought her little boys, so it's a bit of a party going on up there. So if you hear some crazy noises, don't be too alarmed. Hope everybody's surviving the dust storm and the locusts. Crazy. I wanted to give a shout out to the fine lads at the Pedal Empire in Australia for this cool t-shirt. They actually sent two. One of them's like a yellow mustard color, which looks awful with my skin tone. God, there's certain colors that just don't work with my skin tone, like beige and yellow. Makes me look like I'm dead. Anyway, let's see. What do we got? We had a cool little party last night. Sarah had a birthday, like a pre-birthday party. Had a bunch of friends over from sweet group of people. Small group, of course, and we were all outside, social distancing. And it was all the people from her Skyline Motel band, and they're just awesome, genius people. Daniel Tashin, Kate York, Ian Fitchuk, and a lot of people have asked me, like, of all the stuff that I've played on in my life, like, what's your favorite stuff, Mr. Session Man? I gotta say, that is way up there. If you guys checked out the Skyline Motel records, I mean, they're good, and the songs are great, and their writing is amazing. And there's a song called "Language of Love." Check that out. Skyline Motel, "Language of Love." That's your Uncle Larry on there, putting down some tasty guitars. Man, I love that song. What else I was gonna tell you. Check this out. Craigslist find for cheap. An old Sunn 68 S 100S model. Man, I love old Sunns. You guys know I love my Sunns. Great sound. That was it. Just then, 215s blazing away, and still got that borrowed Les Paul, which is truly. Man, I was gonna tell you about that song I was just playing. You guys remember that one? John Lennon, Mind Games. You know that thing that I was driving in the car the other day with my two boys in the back, and I played a couple songs, and for them, we were listening, and I was going, yeah, that sounds good. I've worn out a lot of my favorite music, but that thing that happens, like when the perfect song hits you at the perfect time, and it just blows your mind. For some reason, I just played Mind Games by John Lennon, and I was like, I had that rare, beautiful moment where you're just absolutely transcended by overwhelming wave of joy listening to music. And it's like, that song and his vocal on that, and Keltner's drumming, oh, Lord, is that good. What a song. I'll show you how to play that in a minute. But yeah, it's a great feeling when the perfect time and the perfect song, you get that perfect match, and it's a great thing. I got a few. I was going to tell you, thanks for the continuing PayPal donations. You guys are very, very kind, and thanks for the t-shirt sales. The new shirts are going over great. Everybody seems to love them. I actually wore one to a session the other day, the black with the dark gray hello class thing, and got many compliments on it. A lot of the jaded session guys were like, man, that's a cool shirt. I appreciate that. But thanks for checking those out, guys. And you can get those at www.guitarhouse. What else? Oh, and the mugs too. The mugs are rocking. People are buying those too. So nice, heavy, sturdy, tough guy mug. Okay, couple questions in the viewer comment bin. One guy said, "Hey Tom, I had a couple beers while playing guitar last night, and on the second beer, with each sip, I felt like another finger had fallen off. I can't drink and play it to save my life." Well, me neither, man. Me neither. Yeah, you guys might have saw me sucking down a few Rolling Rocks on that little session video. Oh, thanks for the kind words about that too. The other day when I was over there at Soul Train Studios playing acoustic with Brian. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. My wife always says, when in regards to me drinking and playing, that I'm very comfortable in those waters. Doesn't seem to affect me. Although, there is a point, right? Let's see. Tom, you track with a lot of emotion. Your success is no accident. I think he was talking about the video I just mentioned where we're in the studio. Yeah, man, when you're in the studio and you're trying to deliver a performance, you have to just get lost, just totally lost in it. That's what I do. I mean, it's all fun and games, joking around up until the count off. And then when that count off comes, man, I go as deep down into that water as I can, and just get lost in it, man. And Brian Sutton, we were having a lot of conversations about rhythm over the last 2 days when we were tracking all day. And we were talking about, he's got a lot of opinions about what makes great rhythm and great pocket and great groove. And most of it is just absolutely letting go and getting in agreement with what's going on around you rhythmically. And I think that's what I try to do. I just try to get lost in that shit. Here's another one. Hey Tom, it's as if it was a different guitarist every day on our little videos here. Yeah, I try to mix it up, I try to give you a little something different every day, I can play a lot of different styles, I'm a bit of a chameleon, one guy said, did that happen from being a session man, or were you already a chameleon and then you became a session man? Good question, chicken or the egg. I think it was a combination of both. I mean, I remember being a kid, I couldn't decide if I wanted to be, Eddie Van Halen or Jerry Reed or James Taylor, or I'd see people doing all kind of crazy things, electrics, acoustics, all different styles of music, and I was like, man, I just want to learn how to do that. I've always been sort of across the board very scattered in my musical taste. I suppose there isn't really one style of music that I enjoy playing more than others. I think when I was in my 30s and stuff, I was into very depressing music like Elliott Smith and Radiohead. I've lost my fascination with that sort of dark, depressing music, but I still respect it. Elliott Smith, by the way, is one of my all-time favorites. You guys know him? Man, that album, Either Or, is one of my all-time favorites. We were just talking about that last night. Okay, yeah, so here's that song, Mind Games, right? It's really a beautiful example of like holding chords while the bass changes beneath it, right? Lennon was really big on that. I probably wrote it on piano because it seems like a piano type thing, right? But it's like C, E minor, A minor, C over G, right? F, C over E, D7, and then D7 over C, which is a great rub, all leading into the restart of the progression. Bass just keeps going down the major scale. Genius, right? B section. G, hold that chord. Bass goes down. Yes, and then another thing that makes that song genius, well, aside from the amazing lyrics, the vocal performance, the amazing drumming and bass playing, is the slide part. I think it was Harrison, just through the whole song. Just over and over and over through the whole song. Fucking genius. Because when you get to the F chord, that E note that he's playing on the slide over the F really hammers home that major 7, if you know your theory. Pretty smoking apple. Mississippi Queen was a Sunn amp, not that particular model. That 100S right there has reverb and tremolo, so it really was a guitar amp. That's the actual model that Hendrix used in his brief flirtation with Sunns. I was reading on the internet yesterday that Hendrix actually didn't get along well with the Sunn thing. He made a public announcement, press announcement, that he just couldn't get what he needed out of those amps. He signed an endorsement deal and then he backed out of it. That's what I read. I wasn't there, but that's what I read. But anyway, I like it just fine. All right, lads. Enjoy your Sunday. Stay out of the dust. Bye.